What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite pond, the Coy Pond, episode 98. As per usual, I'm joined in the studio by K-Dog himself, back for another glorious week talking NFL football. As you know, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and never, ever, potentially, forget about SpeakPipe. If you have any questions on the season or want fantasy advice or something like that, we're always happy to connect. It's a good way to reach out, and a unique way you can ask us questions. We can play it, and then we can answer them. And last but certainly not least is Christmas right around the corner. Don't forget, get yourself some Coy Pond merch. You got everything from koozies to visors to
anything you want. Sweatshirts,
bandanas, sweatshirts, golf shirts, the whole 9 yards. It's all available there. But as I already said, it is episode 98.
Ooh.
K-Dog, who's your favorite player or best player to wear 98?
Well, I'm not sure if it's the best player. Maybe it is. 98
right.
was Greg Ellis.
Okay.
But Greg Ellis is famous he was a solid player for the Cowboys, but he is famous for another reason, because of who wasn't drafted where he was drafted. That is the Randy Moss draft, where the Cowboys, turning over a new leaf, decided not to try any trouble players and went what they thought was the clean route with Greg Ellis,
Wow.
who turned out to be a fine defensive end for many years.
Right.
But Randy Moss is Randy Moss. And Randy Moss remembered that every time he played the Cowboys and a lot of other teams, but especially Dallas,
Seems to be
and torched them again and again and again.
Yikes.
So
That's unfortunate.
that's probably one of Jerry's biggest fuck-ups.
Oh, you know what? It stays with the theme of the week, if you
It
will.
really is. That was so long ago. It's like, wow, we still have the same theme.
It's funny how nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
Well,
how about you?
98 Chargers, maybe not a favorite, but a player most recently, Isaac Rochelle. He was a defensive end as well, drafted by the Chargers, went on to play with the Colts, and I think finished with the Raiders his last season. But he's been a commentator on the sideline. You might recognize this season, and as well as his wife got kind of famous on TikTok doing like a day in the life of the wife of a football player type of thing, and she did really well there. And he was a good defensive player for the Chargers, and he moved on, and we moved on, or the Chargers moved on, I should say.
Yeah.
And that's so be it. But
right on.
On to what was week 3 of the NFL season.
Week 3.
We had a little bit of everything.
It was all over the place, wasn't
It
it?
really was. Teams
Wild
that
and
got beat hard, and teams that other games were just losers. It just was boring to watch.
A lot of special teams plays, big plays.
Yeah, and what better to start than with the game that everyone thought would be the biggest stinker of the week? Dolphins at Bills turned it into not the biggest stinker at all. Dolphins stayed in that game way longer than most people thought.
Yep.
Tua came in, delivered, and then threw an pretty much iced the game, and that was all that she wrote.
Yep.
But the fact they hung in there, I guess, is kind of cool, but, they didn't win, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was at Buffalo, and so that's impressive that they were able to, keep it tight.
They got lucky getting the at Buffalo game this early in the season.
Yeah, they really did.
Thought they might be able to take advantage of it, but that spread was crazy.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yep.
On to the next game that I like to think I called partially, to some extent. The Browns beat the Packers.
Yeah, I did not call that one at all, and it killed me in my survivor pool. So,
well, if it makes you feel any better,
Packers.
That game is being investigated by the federales, if you will. And that's crazy in itself, but also the fact that that happened. We've seen this year the Packers could be the team that only win the home games and lose every away game.
Right.
There seems to be a team pretty much on par for that every year.
Yep.
And the Packers losing, I just still can't believe it. I can't believe the Packers could not outscore the
Makes
Browns.
no sense at all. And wasn't there something, too, you talking about the penalties that weren't called or whatever?
Right.
Where the betting was on the Packers was the largest total bet ever on a team.
There's 1.1 billion wagered on it.
That's what I thought I saw.
Think that's why it's being investigated.
Okay.
There was one sack from Jordan Love, but I don't know how you prove anything.
And even that one, when you saw it, that thing happens in every other game every weekend. So
exactly.
To me, it wasn't egregious. It was you're meant to be stretching.
It's Jordan Love. He's on par for being inconsistent.
And that's exactly it. And just something to remember about the Packers. And when we said I don't know about the Packers. There it is.
The away game.
The Micah shine is gone in 2 weeks.
Yes. And it is what it is. You people know where I stand with them. Colts absolutely rout the Titans, belt to ass. We knew the Titans aren't a great team.
Yeah, they're just struggling. This week, Brian Callahan turned over for this coming week, turned over play calling duties. So it goes to show you, even the head coach is not sure what the hell to do.
Don't blame him. That's rough when you get killed by the Colts like that. But the Colts have, quote unquote, and we'll get into this later, become more of a juggernaut this season so far. Who would have thought with Daniel Jones?
Yep.
But that's the Titans. They're rebuilding. Cam Ward doesn't look bad. Their defense has hung in there with some teams.
He just doesn't have a lot there.
There's not talent. There's no talent.
No, and Jonathan Taylor is a beast.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the rankings or not, but career yardage per game, I think it was 90. It's like the third or fourth highest of any running back ever. And I mean, the people on the list are Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Barry Sanders.
Good.
So Jonathan Taylor is in rare air with that group right there.
Well, and it feels like since that passing game's back, Jonathan Taylor's back too this year.
Yeah.
It's kind of lovely to see for the Colts, to be honest. But
yeah, interesting.
We'll see how the next week folds.
We'll see if they can keep it going.
Vikings, rail Bengals. Not only are the Bengals bad, they're super duper mega ass, in the words of one of my friends. That was belt to ass. I mean, that was Kermit the Frog, 2 knuckles deep. That was rough. I don't know if you can come back from that.
I watched that thing at Bargo's, and there was a Bengal fan on the side that was just like, fuck, double fuck, motherfucker, fuck you. Oh, great. I mean, it just never stopped.
The fall from grace from Super Bowl aspirations to now we would like to just make the playoffs, potentially.
Yeah, who can we trade for quarterback-wise? Brownie and Sox, that was a big one.
I mean, the other thing, though, is he did so well when this happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't think all hope is lost. I
don't either.
Somehow that Vikings defense just really hated him after the whole thing about, you should never have cut me.
Yeah.
That kind of came back to bite him in the ass a little bit.
It did. And again, Brian Flores, I mean, don't forget about him. I mean, that defensive coordinator, but he's got some spice to him at the NFL and wants to prove himself every week. And that game, he had him fired up again. I mean, if you had him in fantasy,
oh my God, that like 30 points.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. So, and also Jordan Mason coming out of.
Yes.
We thought he was going to be something, started maybe kind of slow.
Aaron Jones gets hurt.
Yep, gets 116 yards in this game, and away they go.
Carson Wentz didn't look terrible.
No.
But again, it's a Bengals defense.
That's amazing.
Without Burrow, so they're
I think
rough game for Bengals.
And I think Carson Wentz was the first guy to start 7 consecutive seasons for 7 different teams in a game during the season.
Right.
That's pretty wild.
The Fitzpatrick route.
Right.
Crazy. Steelers forced 5 turnovers to win the game versus the Patriots. Neither one of these teams no longer scare me.
No.
That was a rough game to have on in the background at any point. It was kind of just boring. And the Steelers defense doesn't feel like a Steelers defense. Again, it's week 3 when I'm still saying that. It feels like this kind of feels like it has some life now where it's like maybe the Steelers defense will come up when it needs to. They forced 5 turnovers, but
something there, right?
There's something just missing.
And I mean, it's Drake May, which he's going to be good. He's getting there.
He's still a rookie.
Yeah, but he's still a rookie. So, I mean, for the game to be that close, I don't know, a little surprising.
This is his second year, isn't it?
Second year, yeah.
Yeah, so it is what it is. I mean, that's kind of what you expect from those two teams, honestly, in the end. Eagles-Rams. Eagles scored 26 points in the second half to beat them.
The Eagles it was 26-7. And I'm watching that game in the background, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden, here they come. Trickle, 3 points, 7 points, whatever. Blocked field goal at 26-21, and it's like, here it comes. You could just feel it. The floodgates opening up.
Yep.
And you knew when they had to have a kick to win it after Jordan Davis had already blocked one.
Yes.
Watch out. Here he comes again. And boy, he came through there big time and ran that thing back for a touchdown.
It was so funny. I mean,
guy's unbelievable.
I feel so bad for anybody on the Rams.
Oh.
Any Rams fans that took them spread, any Rams bettors that took them spread and then lost it because, what was it, Carter decided to run the last one back for a touchdown for no reason.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I mean, that's even worse for the Rams knowing that that's who you lost to last year when you overthrew Puka, I think, in the end zone in the snow, and then to give that game up.
Yeah, I mean, they had it.
It was in Philadelphia, but again, it's like, that's such a bad, that's terrible.
Yeah, you block Jordan Davis. I know that's a big ask. You get that field goal, you go up 29-21. This game's different.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't meant to be. Puka did have a huge game, by the way.
Yeah.
So, but nonetheless, on the losing end.
Oh yeah. Buccaneers trying to throw another game away again. This time to the Jets. The fact that they gave up that many points to the Jets is crazy to me. The fact that Baker was like, this was a personal game after you almost lost that game again.
Yeah.
And it's been one-score games for all 3 games of the season.
Yeah.
They're not bad. I just don't understand if the Jets or what's going wrong at the same time every game.
Yeah, exactly right. I don't know. They're getting close. Tampa Bay is really good. They're getting lucky on some things. You're right. The Jets look like they've got something coming.
Yeah.
They're working it. It's congealing. It's coming together, if you will. Aaron Glenn running down the sideline when they blocked that kick was a pretty wild thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Maybe this is Dan Campbell, too. We'll see.
Maybe. I mean, you don't expect the Jets anything after 3 weeks. But interesting. Commanders, Mariota put up 41 on the Raiders.
Commanders didn't even, I mean, it's amazing. The Raiders are just not that good.
Yeah.
Commanders, without, like you said, with Mariota, without Jane Daniels, still, I mean, blew them out. I mean, the game wasn't even really close.
I don't even have much to talk about here. I'm not going to lie and act like I watched that game for every second. Scary Terry might be hurt. We'll talk to that later.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing, and I mean, it was just Redskin big play, Redskin big play, Redskin big play. And I mean, the Raiders just had no answer.
They have no real talent on the defense, and there's not much to do there.
No, not at all.
Where am I? Bryce Young. Okay, I'm gonna have to follow up with my comments from last week. Bryce Young, not a cut quarterback. Michael Penis might need a blue chew to rise above everything else.
Just when you think you figured it out, right?
What a crazy game.
Carolina and Atlanta both are 2 of the screwiest teams ever, to where they can look great. The week before, Atlanta beat Minnesota. Right?
Yep. The worst thing about it was the red zone.
Look crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell? And then Carolina blows them out. I'm like, what in the fuck?
Nothing makes sense. That's why we love the NFL. But yes, this was crazy. I have no answer. I don't know how this happened.
You know, I
Michael Penix, and it doesn't look good for him, given the teams he's faced and won. Again, that was the end of last year and the first 3 games this year, but that's a tough way to start your career.
If you told me to take the bet about Bijan Robinson being the leading rusher in the game over anybody else, I would have taken that in a heartbeat. But no, it's Chuba Hubbard.
Yep. Hey.
Makes no sense.
I don't get it. Divisional, I guess. Who knows?
Yep.
Jaguars and Texans, both terrible offenses, but their defenses are great, which makes for the worst game to watch as a fan. I don't know what's wrong with the Texans other than just their offensive line is now terrible.
Yeah.
And the Jaguars, I can't get a good read on Trevor Lawrence. I have reason to think that he hates Liam Cohen. I can't prove that yet, but I believe it. But their defense is still good.
Yeah. Nico Collins had a good game, but Houston is just lacking something. Jacksonville had enough just to overcome them.
Yeah, hey, it is what it is. Chargers come back to beat the Broncos. These aren't your father's Chargers. Any other year in the last 15 years, they would have blown that game, and they would have marched down the field, and Herbert would have thrown a pick that was bobbled by Quentin Johnston, or it would have been a fumble by Omarion Hampton, or it would have been defensive just implosion for a touchdown that then would have sealed the game. But they came back, they won, they kicked the field goal, they're 3-0.
Unbelievable.
Amazing. I have to say.
Dicker the kicker, baby.
Dicker the kicker. I was sweating it the whole time because I'm used to those sorts of endings.
Yep.
We didn't get it, and I'm drinking the Kool-Aid now.
Yeah, that's insane.
They end the first 3 weeks 3-0 in the division. I'm fully...
First time since?
2001.
That's impressive.
It is, and I'm fully on board for this to be a Chargers Super Bowl.
So, and I think you should be. Omarion Hampton apparently had quite a few touches in this game.
Yeah, Najee Harris gets hurt. He's out for probably the season now, so he had to, and he got progressively better.
Did he?
I think it's going to be better for him being an only back. I don't know if it'll be better for his stamina, but for confidence, it looked like he was getting more rushing yards or more yards per carry each time.
Sounded like he got more productive from what everyone was saying, so that's good.
Seahawks smack Brandon Staley's Saints defense in the mouth and bury him.
The Saints are who we thought they were.
Terrible.
Finally showing us.
Yes.
Yeah. They somehow were pretenders the first 2 weeks, giving us like this little facade, and then it came jamming through. I mean, Sam Darnold just destroyed them.
Yeah. Seahawks might be a little bit more legit than I thought just for the sheer amount of points they put up on the Saints, but I think I might have said Saints might cover, but
I think I probably did too.
You took Seahawks, but but it's pretty apparent now how these teams are going to go.
Yeah.
Bears beat Cowboys.
There's just nothing to say here other than Caleb Williams wanted to embarrass Matt Eberflus, is all I can imagine.
Yeah. It was personal.
It was. The guy last year, the cornerback, why can't I think of his name? Stevenson, who gave up the Hail Mary touchdown against the Commanders.
Yeah.
Actually, in the first drive, had a strip of Javonte Williams going out of bounds. It was really impressive. And really, the Cowboys were rolling there on the drive. And right then is when the momentum really changed. Bears go up 14-3. Second touchdown on a flea flicker. Just to mock Matt Eberflus.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys were so far away in coverage. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck we're doing. So, yeah, it's frightening.
CD.
It's very frightening. CD hurt, probably out 2 to 4 weeks. That's great to see. So the Cowboys and Pickens got in trouble for some touchdown celebration or something late in the game.
Yeah, he did something.
So we're looking like, the bad news Bears, even though we got beat by the Bears. The bad news Cowboys.
Well, at least there's something, I guess. Half the 49ers beat up half the Cardinals. I don't have a good read on these teams. The 49ers are once again hurt. The Cardinals are once again hurt.
Yeah.
The battle for the NFC West, I don't know.
Yeah, Arizona just unpredictable as hell.
Mac Jones, not terrible, but not great.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of I don't know what to think.
Christian McCaffrey's playing, but kind of.
James Conner gets hurt.
Yep.
Adds to the injury
That's
list. Chiefs beat up Grandpa Russ. Moonball gets shot down over the earth.
The Russ was just not real. He tried moonballs. They looked horrible.
Mm-hmm.
He looked horrible. Decision-making was horrible. Kansas City really didn't do anything all that exciting.
They didn't look great. If you look at the box score watch or whatever you want to say, it's not like they put up numerous touchdowns on them.
I'll tell you what.
Like, it was a lot of field goals.
It really was. And I mean, the Giants just had nothing to offset anything the Chiefs did.
They just couldn't get an offense. Malik Neighbors was non-existent.
No. And the one thing I will say, just a note, Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah.
That dude ran like a son of a bitch.
He's the only reason they were even in the game for felt like a minute.
That's right. If you haven't seen that guy play, you need to watch him play because he runs hard.
Fun.
He's brutal.
He's a little meatball with legs.
Yeah, he is.
He's like barreling through. Maybe a wrecking ball is the better way to say it.
Yeah, he is a wrecking ball.
Lions beat Ravens in an epic shootout. I don't know whether to think these teams don't have defenses or if these teams' offenses are that elite.
Yeah.
And obviously the Lions are turning more into the team we assumed they would. Rough week one. Again, at Packers. Get Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
I pulled a Jerry Jones there. And, it kind of catapulted them into this, transcendent vibe for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. I don't know. Ravens have given up so many points now to the Bills and Lions. The other team was the Browns, but they still gave up 17 points to the Browns.
Right.
I don't think the Ravens are bad. I'm just asking the question, will they be able to stop a half-decent offense that had a good defense?
Yeah.
I can't think off the top of my head which team I'd put there. Maybe not the Rams because they score, but, a team with a better defense than offense, but they're still ranked like 10 and 15.
Yeah, and there is a serious issue with Derrick Henry and the late-game fumbles.
The 3-for-3 fumbles is kind of funny. I don't think you need to panic yet, but there's something to be said about that reoccurring that much.
Yeah, and, fumbling like that, especially in pressure situations, starts to get into the psyche of a player. Because now it's happened twice, right? Three times?
I don't know if it was late game in all three, but I know, obviously, the Bills and the Lions off.
But he was visibly distraught this game. I mean, his eyes were like, silver dollars. And I don't know, something's going on there.
He lost the fight to the bench when he got off the field and slammed his helmet down. I don't think it's by any means time to panic, but the Chiefs-Ravens game, someone's going to be 1-3.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And David Montgomery was a big rusher with 151 yards. It wasn't Derrick Henry.
Was going crazy.
So I don't know.
Well, anyway, that's your week 3.
Yes.
Let's catapult it into week 4.
Let's do it.
The Coy Pond picks are currently 1-2. That field goal from the Bills last week made us 1-2 and lose that bet, which was a bit frustrating. But what are you going to do? Seahawks at Cardinals. My information's from last night, so apologies if it's a little outdated. I'll have it somewhere around here. Over under 43.5. Seattle's favored by 1.5. So here we got a tale of two different teams. but actually that kind of played similar ways. Both of these teams have played kind of terrible teams up until this point, which is divisional game. Say that however you want. Sam Darnold beat the shit out of the Saints. They lost to the Steelers. No, they beat the shit out of the Steelers, and they lost to someone else, I think it was. But the Cardinals, on the other hand, have played the Saints, played it close, played the Panthers, almost lost, and then just played the 49ers and narrowly lost.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking about these teams in primetime, I really still didn't believe in Sam Darnold, and I'm starting to come around.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm already saying that, but...
You kind of like him, I think. I mean,
it's hard not to root for him after what happened, but I thought there was so much more to do with the Vikings team than it did him. Hand up, might have been wrong.
Well, it seems like Seattle's kind of figuring out what to do with him, too, maybe. Maybe they went back and are looking at things from last season with the Vikings and trying to mimic some of that.
Exactly.
But I think I would personally trust Seattle more than Arizona at this point.
Well, and there's plenty of defensive players hurt, it felt like, on the Cardinals, and maybe they'll be back this week, which is kind of a different story. But you still have Njigba, you have Thorne, you've got Charbonnet, you've got Kenneth Walker, and Sam Darnold on the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Whereas when you think of the Cardinals now, they're without James Conner.
Yeah.
I remember the backup's name, but I remember
Benson.
Pretty good. But, it's like, oh, man. Marvin Harrison Jr. still doesn't seem to be able to catch the damn ball.
Yep.
I don't know if I just haven't seen the box score to see what the percentage, but it feels like he hasn't been consistent. He had a wide open drop this past week that was a bit of a heartbreaker. Trey McBride's a beast, there's no doubt.
He is.
But it feels like the Cardinals have tried to give these games up every week so far.
Yeah.
And haven't been able to pull it off. So I just haven't seen it yet. And you're getting good value for it. Personally, I'm going to go Seahawks win this one.
Yeah, there you go. I agree.
Now, as for over under that 43.5, we almost saw Sam Darnold do that by himself this past week.
Yeah.
That feels low. I'm willing to go over on this.
All right. I would agree with that.
You're going to agree with that?
Yep.
All right, Coy Pond pick of the week over the 43.5.
Yep.
We'll just get back to 500. If the stats live to tell the tale, that should happen. Vikings at Steelers. We've got our first Dublin game.
Yes.
Or maybe we've got our Dublin game.
In Croke Park.
That is a hilarious name for a
park, huh?
Yeah, Croke Park.
Yeah.
How about that? Carson Wentz, Jordan Mason duo again this week, as far as I can tell. That Vikings O-line is crippled pretty bad. I think they have 3 offensive linemen that could be currently questionable, might be out by now. I'm not sure. Steelers defense pretty hurt, pretty banged up. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this because technically TJ Watt should be able to rush the hell out of Carson Wentz and put him in a blender.
Yeah.
It's an international game. Anything can happen. But that Vikings offense gets Jordan Addison back this week.
Oh, yeah, right.
So, and you still have Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson.
Yep, Jordan Mason, who just unleashed last week.
Part of me kind of feels like the Vikings win this and an NFL doesn't make sense. I wonder if Aaron Rodgers will be a bit groggy as he gets older. It feels like these traveling games, and I know that sounds corny as fuck, but I guess Carson Wentz isn't much younger.
No.
But
younger.
Aaron Rodgers is 41, Carson Wentz is probably 32 or something like that.
And it seems like Aaron Rodgers is up 1 week, down the next. Up. So he's been up 2, down 1. Now he's going to be down, I think.
Yeah.
So
I kind of believe in that. I think I'm going to lean Minnesota by the field goal. It's 2.5 right now. I'd probably take that. It's a safe bet. You would take something crazy happening with the Vikings win by 1, but lay a little cheese with the 2.5.
Yeah, and I think these games like this where they travel, I don't know what the tradition or history is of over-under, but it feels under to me. I don't know. I feel like a 2017, 20-10, something like that.
It always feels like that, and then the games that go over fucking launch over sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Commanders at Falcons. Commanders favored by 1.5. Jaden Daniels might be out. Scary Terry, questionable. As of when we're shooting this, by now it's probably already come out what's going to happen. I'm imagining if last week they waited till Friday to make any sort of judgment or have him practice, they'll probably do that same thing again where they're going to wait till a day or two before then announce what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Falcons have just got routed by the Panthers.
Yep.
Commanders might be without Jaden Daniels again, but Mariota didn't seem to be too phased.
Didn't matter.
It's kind of the same player. They're both mobile quarterbacks. Obviously, Jaden Daniels a little bit more, I'd say, than Mariota. But that offense was humming. They held the Raiders to very little points. I think it was like 17.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Commanders here. I get that this is at Atlanta.
Yeah.
And maybe that's all the difference, but Michael Penix just hasn't been able to get it going, it feels like.
Yeah, I agree with that. And, they had the one game against Minnesota, but Minnesota had the injury and all that
Well,
stuff.
and the offensive line, I mean, that red zone offense from the Falcons in that game was trash.
Yeah, Washington wins. And personally, I would go with the over. It's 44.5.
Yeah.
I think this is another one of those games where Washington comes up with a lot of big plays. Atlanta's going to get some points, beat John Robinson and so forth.
Could even be 35-14 for that game, honestly.
Yep, me too.
I could see that for sure.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Here's the doozy of the weekend. Saints at Bills. 16.5-point spread for the Bills. I think Bills win.
Yeah.
You feel the same way? Yeah. Don't take the spread. Just watch the game.
Yep.
Because the worst thing that can happen right now, if you want to take anything, take Saints plus 21.5.
Right.
Alt that 5 points the other way and see if they get creamed. That's not gambling advice. Don't do that. Just stay away from this game. This will be the one the Saints end up winning, and it won't make sense. But I'm not predicting that. I sincerely think the Bills win this by a decent margin.
Yes, me too.
Browns at Lions. Detroit's favored by 8.5. Browns coming off a week beating the Packers. Investigation. Could be without some of their offensive line. Lions are getting them at home. I see that as the biggest advantage for them.
Yeah.
Personally, I think the Lions don't struggle with this game.
No, I don't think so either.
They just went on the road to beat the Ravens.
Yeah.
Is that a short week? Kind of, not really, I guess, a day, but I'm just going to go with the Lions. I don't see the Browns being in a spot to score enough points against the Lions.
Me neither.
I'm
not sure the Lions will have a high point total.
I don't think it'll be 52, but
I think they'll beat them soundly.
Between the two running backs, you can get through any defense that way. A couple dink and doinks to Laporta.
Yep.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
Panthers at Patriots. Patriots favored by 5.5. Patriots just lost to the Steelers. A little disappointing. Panthers just won against the Falcons handedly. I don't know if this is where the Panthers go on a run, or if this is where the Patriots step up and say, you're not coming here and beating us.
Yep.
This is by no means a stinker game, because I'm very interested to see how both these teams respond.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a real sense.
I think you got to go with Patriots here at home.
Patriots
I think Bryce Young has demonstrated, you can put back-to-back wins together. I think New England will be fired up after losing the game. Vrabel will be all over their ass all week. I don't know if the Patriots cover the 5.5 point spread there, but that seems like a lot.
That feels a bit odd. I definitely feel like 3, but I'm not confident in either one of these teams to win necessarily. It's going to be close, maybe. All right. On to what horrifies me, and this might be a longer analysis from me on this game, but that's only because I care. Chargers at Giants, when the Giants decide to start Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
The Chargers have, quote-unquote, from a few different analysts and players, have been running one of the craziest defensive schemes in football this year, and have been with Minter, where it's like a zone, but it's I can't remember, but it's man zone. I can't remember how it was described, but it confuses quarterbacks. I don't know. That's what I've heard, but clearly they're 3-0 versus divisional quarterbacks.
Right.
If Jackson Dart comes out into this game, and between not Tracy because he got hurt, who's the running back for the Giants?
Scatterbo.
If Scatterbo, Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, and that defensive line is able to beat the Chargers, I wouldn't be surprised. And here's why. They're traveling across the country to play a new new quarterback.
Yep.
Mixed with a decent running back. That defensive line looks dominant with a kind of hurt offensive line for the Chargers. It's going to need to be quick throws. You're without one of your two supposed to be running backs. So Marion Hampton's going to have to be in the whole game. You lost your blocking back, which was Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Marion Hampton's still a beast, but I'm pretty sure they were using Najee more to block. Could be wrong. Fact check me. I don't care. I have faith in Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh and that defense to keep this a low-scoring game, which I think it might be. But I am going to be pissed if the 3-0 season comes to an end 3-1 against the Giants of all teams.
Yeah.
I could see. I'm horrified of this game because of how cross country it is, let alone.
Yeah. Well, you've got the tradition in the back of your mind,
But in week 4, typically this is where the Chargers get crippled. And on top of that, Justin Herbert's had some of his best games against the Giants. So we've got conflicting reports.
Yeah. I just think from what I saw of Jax and Dart so far, and I've seen 2 games, I think he's going to be an upgrade, generally speaking,
right,
in some ways. But he's also going to take more chances.
Yeah.
So there's going to be the chance for big plays the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I think they hang in this thing, and then I think the Chargers put them away.
I think so.
And I think the Chargers win this by 10,
yep.
personally. So
on the record, I see him winning by maybe 7.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be too much of a beat down, but it does worry me, and I just want that noted for the podcast.
Yeah.
Just throw that out there. Oh,
maybe the best game of the week.
Yes, Eagles at Buccaneers, a game in which, and a matchup in which the Buccaneers are won 6 of the last 7 games.
Buccaneers have their number.
Buccaneers, by some weird will / black voodoo magic, have got their number, and the Eagles are coming off a win where they beat up the other team that's historically kind of given some trouble, the Rams.
Yeah.
So, back-to-back weeks beating up, kind of what has been playoff opponents, playoff rivals, regular season rivals. Baker Mayfield has not put together a clean game yet.
Right.
And the Eagles just got done beating them up. This is in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
I want to root for Tampa Bay.
Right.
I want to take that plus 3.5 and not even sweat it.
Yeah.
I'm worried. I'm a little worried. Well, it's in Tampa, though.
It is.
I feel like you can give that. I think I'm going to stick with tradition.
Yeah? You're going with Tampa Bay?
I think maybe not to win it, but at least the plus 3.5.
Okay.
Deep down, I feel like the Eagles win by 20, and this is like after a couple years of losing to them, they're like, okay, enough with the jokes, because the Buccaneers are kind of on track to have one of these games. But with it being at Tampa opposed to Philly, I have kind of a reverse opinion now.
No, that makes sense. I think this is a different Eagles team.
Yeah.
I feel like the Super Bowl, the way they won that Super Bowl, they feel like they could beat the hell out of anybody right now.
They're playing with something else right now.
Yeah, they're I don't know, it's clicking big time. Yeah. And Jordan Davis right now on that defense, I mean, Saquon Barkley doing his thing, Jalen Hurts doing his thing. But Jordan Davis is setting the tone for that entire team.
Yeah.
And I just think that they're going to manhandle Baker Mayfield, honestly. I really do.
It scares me. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay just to have a little diversity on the podcast. But there's somewhere deep down I'm questioning my decision, and that's okay. I have to pick them out of respect.
I was close on Tampa Bay, too. I could go either way, but the Eagles just look so dominant right now.
Couldn't agree more.
Yep.
Titans at Texans.
Here's a shit bowl.
An absolute stinker. This might be the go get yourself some dinner, take a bathroom break, take a shower before the 8 o'clock games. You're missing. Well, I guess it's still 1 o'clock.
And look at the line.
Oh yeah, the
Houston 7.5.
I'd smack Titans plus 7.5.
Wow.
Probably even take them plus 10.5 for the safe bet. Houston's offensive line has been terrible. Their defense has been really good. That's going to give Cam Ward some trouble. But they just can't figure out an offense to save their life. And I don't think they'd score enough points to make the 10.5 like a number that would get without that range.
Yeah, I can't believe that the odds makers actually have it that far in Houston's favor, but maybe
it's at Houston.
Tennessee really is that bad. I don't know.
Typically, C.J. Stroud's better at home anyway.
Yeah.
So this could be a situation where the Texans just beat up the Titans.
Could very well be.
Can't do anything, but I really don't hate the Titans in this game.
No.
I'll probably take Texans money line here if I had to pick something.
Agree.
Because it could be an under game too, and that's just as horrifying. On to the 4 o'clock games. Here we go. Got ourselves a little Colts at Rams action. Rams favored by 3.5. Colts haven't been playing many traditionally good teams. Beat up the Dolphins, beat up the Broncos at Indianapolis, and there was that leverage call that could have really gone either way.
Right.
And they beat up the Titans.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best teams in the last 2 years, but Broncos you can make an argument for sure. And then the Rams just coming off a horrid loss to the Eagles. I'm wondering if this is the week the Colts might dip. If the Colts win this game, I've got them as, certified playoff contenders. But this is their challenge. Their first challenge, if you will. Yeah,
they're playing out of their minds right now, and the Colts.
Yes.
I think the Rams come back from the Eagle disappointment, very focused. That defense is going to harass Daniel Jones.
Feels that way.
This is a week. And again, I think Daniel Jones is going to keep on this path.
I agree.
But not this week.
That's my feeling. I'm going to go with the Rams at home. It's close. The spread's just close enough that I think Sean McVay can outcoach Shane Steichen.
Yep.
But the Colts will be fine. That's a lot to learn. Jaguars at 49ers. I might avoid this game like the plague.
Yes.
Jaguars, kind of slow start to the offense.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence this season, nothing crazy. 49ers don't have Bosa anymore, and now Mac Jones is, I think, week to week.
Yeah, Purdy.
We don't know if Purdy's going to be in.
I think Purdy's out again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as long as Mac Jones isn't too hurt, he'll be in.
So Mac gets revenge on the Jaguars.
Yeah.
An opportunity.
Yes, that's true.
I guess. I don't know if that's really a motivator there, but it might be.
He did pretty well with the Jaguars, but yeah, and I mean the 49ers are without several players, it feels like, already in the season.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They travel across the country, the 49ers. I mean, honestly, because the NFL doesn't make sense, I'm going to go 49ers win this.
Yeah. That's right.
Home team, Mac Jones, I still like, but
You're going Jaguars?
No.
Oh.
49ers.
Okay.
I just don't. It's not that I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. There's something with that team that I just don't know how they haven't scored more points. Brian Thomas Jr. obviously
Where the hell
struggled.
is he at? Yeah.
He had a big play last week, but he missed so much against the Bengals that it was an exclamation point.
Yeah, he fucked up one of my parlays. He's the only one that didn't score of the 4.
Uh-huh. Trust me, been there, done that.
Yep.
Ravens, Kansas City. This should be a wonderful game to watch. One of these teams will start 1-3.
Yeah. Can Kansas City keep up with Baltimore scoring?
I don't know. I keep thinking that the Kansas City defense is legit, and they are.
And they are.
But not as legit as I remember them.
Right.
Ravens haven't had a defense.
Right.
They gave up 17 to the Browns, 38 to Detroit, 40 to Buffalo. They've blown one game. They kind of blew the Lions game. They're letting games go late. Patrick Mahomes late if he's down 17. Sounds like he might be able to make a comeback on this team.
Yeah.
This is in Kansas City. This is potentially an AFC Championship game as of the offseason. Now it's a little different. But I think Kansas City wins this.
Yeah.
I think this is where, they beat the Giants, they get one under their belt, and now they win a few.
Yeah. I think Baltimore wins this game. I think it's a high-scoring affair, and the Chiefs just can't keep up.
Okay. Hell yeah. There you go. Bears at Raiders. I don't want to bet on this game. There's nothing fun here.
Bears are favored by 1.5.
Yeah. I mean, I have to assume the Bears offense can outscore the Raiders offense.
I would just say,
Bears defense slightly better.
I've seen some stuff so far where people are saying, Caleb Williams coming out party. The only caveat I would throw to that is see Russ. Because Russ had his coming out party against the Cowboys and flopped this last week against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams could do the same damn thing.
He could, and I don't get it. I don't understand how this game goes. Naturally, I'm not going to bet on this game, but if I had to pick someone, maybe the Bears. I mean, it's Geno Smith and Ashton Genty or Caleb Williams and Romeo Odunze and DeAndre Swift. Yeah. I don't necessarily love any option here. Maybe Ben Johnson's who I'd bet on there over Pete Carroll because Pete Carroll hasn't exactly looked surgical.
Yeah.
I don't see America winning in this matchup at all.
No, I think the Raiders take the game, though.
Okay, I get behind that. Oh.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football.
Brutal.
Packers at Cowboys.
How many sacks will Micah Parsons have of Dak Prescott?
2. I don't think it'll be crazy.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it... Never mind. I'm not even going to say it. It'll still be interesting. I don't know what to expect. The Packers losing this game away and starting the season 2-2 after 2 dominant wins at home would be hilarious.
Yeah. Not going to happen. Dallas's defense is lost right now.
It does feel a bit lost.
They don't have the horses. They have Deron Bland is out, and they're trying to play zone to make up for it, and clearly nobody knows how to play zone. There's no pass rush.
A bit rough. I don't know what to expect personally. I kind of feel like maybe Josh Jacobs has a game. Maybe you can count on Dak Prescott, like some crazy amount of scoring. I don't know. This will be interesting because technically this should be the best matchup against the Cowboys, but Mike will be fired up even more.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, and again, don't forget, Jordan Love is better than Russ Wilson and Caleb Williams. I see this being like 31 to 16. I say 16 because I think we'll have 3 55-plus yard field goals from
Brandon Aubrey?
Yep. And so the Cowboys will score 1 touchdown. And there's how you get 16. So I could see the Packers putting 31 up easily.
Yes, this one's going to be a lot of pain probably.
Yeah.
And then an absolute stinker doubleheader on Monday Night Football.
Ugh.
Early we got Jets at Dolphins. I just have to assume Jets win this. To be honest,
I feel the same way.
The Jets may be riddled with injuries, but I still believe in that offense more than Tua at the moment.
Yeah.
And they came back in that Buccaneers game. That's enough for me just to think maybe there's a shot.
They've got heart.
Yes.
Where I don't know about Miami. You know, it's kind of like Detroit Dan.
Yeah.
You know, Dan Campbell. That heart or something. The Jets have it.
It feels that way. They feel different this year.
They do.
They feel more in it. The Dolphins obviously put up a good fight versus the Bills, but that ended with a Tua interception.
Yeah.
That's not how you want to go into the next
fizzle
week.
out, right? They just fizzle.
Tyreek, still body language doesn't look good. It doesn't feel like anything good going on over there right now. They felt like that was that chance. That was their chance to do it. Didn't happen.
Yeah, they're weak. They're weak teams.
It feels like it.
Seems like that.
Bengals at Broncos. I kind of feel like the Broncos smack them in the mouth after that.
I think the Broncos are pissed right now. I think Sean Payton is pissed right now. I think he's had a couple tough losses. Bengals come in there, licking their wounds and not knowing what the fuck to do. I think the Broncos defense just has a field day in this game.
I think so too. Broncos obviously just got unlucky losing to the Colts and Chargers by a field goal.
Yeah.
I agree. I think probably what happens is the Broncos defense comes out playing no games, and Bo Nix still looks really good.
Yeah.
Ran into some stuff over the last couple weeks, but that Bengals defense, if Shamar Stewart's not playing and they have a couple players missing, that could be a field day for them too. It's in Denver.
Yeah.
It's Mile High. It's going to be the Broncos.
Yeah.
Maybe not by 7.5. That spread might be a bit high, but again, they lost to the Vikings last week by 30-something points.
Yeah, true.
So maybe you just take Denver minus 6.5 and hope to God they win by 10 anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bengals, it's not going to be a fun game. Probably go to bed early.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just in my opinion.
Yep.
Who knows?
Watch a half of that and you'll be set.
Yeah, watch a half of that and go to bed. But
what do you say, brother?
I think that's all the games.
Right on. Exciting stuff.
Very, very exciting. Hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you all next week on the Coy Pond. Peace.